I come on, bro. You know you'd be salty too.
I would be salty, but at the same time, it comes to a point where you got to take responsibility that you fucked up.
No, I'm not taking responsibility. It's been 4 fucking years, my guy. 4 years of the same shit. Now, you tell me. No, you think I'm kidding? I'm not going. I'm not buying a plane ticket just to sit there on the 8th of December to just fucking sit there. I'm pissed.
I'm being in there. I'll be chilling.
Well, you're gonna be in there alone. You're gonna be there alone.
That's hilarious. Everyone, if you guys don't understand it, Jalen got effed in PlayStation Experience for 2017.
They just announced today. Today's Monday. We recorded this the day before. They just announced that PlayStation Experience is going to be on the keynote is going to be on the 8th. The 9th and the 10th are going to be game days where you go in and you play games, which is complete bullshit. Hasn't been like that the 3 PlayStation experiences in a row. So I'm gonna miss out on these little bad boys. Fuck it. You see these little fucking things? I'm gonna miss out on them. You know why? Because honestly, they fucked me in the ass. No, there's no but.
You're speaking very rational.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not going.
Jalen.
I'm not going to spend another $100 to get on a plane to watch you watch the keynote.
Why?
Not happening.
You could do a whole live. You could do a whole JK podcast by yourself. And that's what you guys want to see. A whole JK podcast. Maybe they show me. I'll be like, hey, representing JK.
No. I mean that's JK. It's a great fucking thing. But no, I'd rather sit home and get work done on Hunter shit or other things.
That's hilarious. He fucked himself. He
I
didn't buy the early bird.
To say I fucked myself is kind of fucked up.
But I'm sorry.
But
if you jump off a bridge,
okay. Imagine this. Last year, when you bought the,
I didn't buy the. I forgot to buy the early.
You didn't buy the early bird. Yeah. I bought the early bird.
Yeah.
Now, imagine they're like, "Oh, you can't go to the press conference."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's your fault.
Yeah, it is. It's my fault.
No, it's not. I know.
I know how you feel. Don't get me wrong. I'll be mad at them too. I'm not saying it's solely your fault. But the fact that they didn't announce it.
Imagine we have a pie. Over half of that pie is Sony's fault.
That's what I said. Yeah, one side is yours and then one side is theirs. There's 2 main cogs.
But you have a pie, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably a niche. This is how much. I don't know. They have over half. That means half the pie they have it's looking like I have a slice.
Yeah.
A slice. I'll take a slice of responsibility. But at the end of the day, they did the rest of that shit.
I think it's effed up on their part that they didn't communicate that.
They know
better.
Cuddy, they know there's multiple people.
But I think they did that for a reason.
But I don't care. Now you pretty much pre-ordered your way into the keynote.
I'm
which is 100
cheaper.
Good job.
But not only are my tickets cheaper than yours,
you get to do extra shit. It's like, come on, bro.
Come on, Jalen.
I just gave them $70. I'm never going.
75.
Not going to PlayStation Experience.
Jalen, so we're converting over to Xbox now?
I love PlayStation. It's just when they do fucked up faggot ass moves like this that I decide not to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the JK podcast. That was hilarious. Jalen's a little bit salty about that. But you know what I'm saying, JK podcast. To my left or to my right, I don't know how it works in the thing, is the dreadhead, the dreaded one of you two.
You're so gay.
Jalen Kelly.
No, you're so gay.
And I'm your second host, Jeremiah Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Jalen got fucked at PSX 2017 Anaheim.
Just found out
just now.
So if I'm a little discouraged, that's why.
He's a little bit salty, but you know, we're gonna keep it rolling. Episode 2 of JK Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode. If you guys want to look at that, links are in the description below. A little bit of housekeeping. First is the update video is still up. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to go check that out, link is also in the description. All the links will be in the description. Anything I mention or any websites I mention will be in the description.
You're really making it hard on himself.
How?
You really want to?
Okay, let's simply.
Okay, just so you're clear, it's
There's 4 things.
It's 4. No,
and
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the time. It is 4 o'clock. This man is really gonna paratroop this shit. He's like, I'm gonna put everything in the description. Hey, I'll even suck you off.
I will.
He doesn't have that much time, guys.
Oh no,
his time is limited. He's on borrowed time.
I'm on borrowed time. Yo, he's trying to doubt my skills.
No, I'm not. I was up till 3 doing the video.
I am telling you, Dylan. Look at me in the eyes. This is going to be uploaded tomorrow at 9:01. I'm telling you, 9:01. So all the links, all the websites, all that stuff, link is going to be in the description, as well as timestamps of our topics as well. So you guys could use that as for your discretion. How would you say that?
You can
use it to your discretion. To your discretion. Also, Versus Series episode 2 dropped last Friday. If you guys want to go check that out
now, if you want to get it.
2-0. I beat him in Pyre, and then I beat him in what was the first one? Lethal League as well. So check that out. That one was a good one. It was actually pretty funny too, so I enjoyed it. Also, last thing for housekeeping is Erebus League week 2. Week 2. Go check that out. I dropped yesterday, Monday.
Yeah, it dropped on Monday. And just so you guys are clear, the actual game, my game, is terrible quality, so I left it out the edit and dropped unlisted video, and it's in the link below if you guys want to watch it in its entirety. And we're on SoundCloud.
Yes, we are on SoundCloud. What else are we on?
Just SoundCloud.
Just SoundCloud, yeah. So if you guys
got to be a little bit bigger. Your dick's got to be a little bit bigger to be on
to be on the other stuff, like iTunes. Or iTunes, we just have to pay like a shit ton of money, huh?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Not
but
a ton, but yeah.
That concludes our intro / housekeeping. But on to our topics. And the first topic I have that I brought to the table is technology. Most importantly, AI technology. If you guys don't know what AI means, it means artificial intelligence. Yes. Intelligently artificial. You know what I'm talking about? You like how I did that together. Yeah, that so smart. Artificial intelligence, let's say I build a robot, right? And I tell it and I give it a series of code or whatever to perform a task, and they have multiple variables. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna go over here. You see, if this is a red cup, you're gonna squish it. If this is a green cup, you're gonna grab it and give it to me, whatever. That's technically AI, artificial intelligence. Yeah. Or for those of you who play games, an enemy or an AI or a computer that's what an AI is. It's a computer. Or an AI. It's a program, basically.
So just to set you up, because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, with the
an AI is something that a human can program and tells what to do.
Yes.
So if I'm like, this player, follow this player around, that is what the AI does.
That is an AI. Now, the problem, not really it's a problem, but if you guys ever seen Terminator or any of those types of movies where technology has overran, those are artificial intelligence.
Like Ex Machina.
So the big thing about that is, and this is what a whole bunch of scientists like, what is his name? Stephen Hawking.
Bill Nye.
I
was fucking.
I don't know, but I know for a fact Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Like they're like, we need to be in control.
We need to be in control, and right now it's like the AI can only be as smart as the person who wrote his script, or not really his script, but the AI script. So when it goes past that to where the AI is when the AI thinks for itself and can outthink or outsmart its creator, and that's where the problem lies. Because then it can take control of its own thing, and the task just gets all effed up. Okay. Now, that's what AI is, and that's the whole fear of having AI. 100%. Now, July 31st. There's actually 2 stories, but I'm just going to go with one of them, which is the most famous one, which is July 31st, Facebook chatbot, right? There's 2 Facebook chatbots. I'm going to pull it up for you guys right here.
Oh, no.
This is something else, but that's my my porn. Facebook chatbots, right?
Did Facebook shut down an AI experiment because chatbots developed their own language?
No. What happened here, right, is that these, I don't know how to exactly say this. 2 people.
2 AIs.
2 AIs. I want to keep calling them people.
Okay. Well, first let's introduce this.
Let's introduce this.
The first AI that I'm seeing is Bob, and the second one is Alice.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're talking to each other.
Okay, so the programmers, if I could find their names, I would tell you guys their names, but I'd really this whatever. But two programmers developed this AI system or whatever to talk to each other, try to trade information. I am no expert at AI, so I'm just in the dark as you guys are.
Yeah.
But they program these two AIs to try to formulate a system in which they can communicate with each other. They could trade objects back and forth.
Yeah.
So, I would try to find what their task was supposed to be. I think their task was to like sell. Oh yeah, Elon Musk is the billionaire tech entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That artificial intelligence AI poses. But anyway, I'm trying to find what they wanted themselves to do. But in short, they basically were speaking to each other in a form of code that they, like in a language that they created that we did not understand. So the scientist was like, what do we do? They said, fuck it, and just shut it down. They shut the two computers down. They're like, yeah, we have to wait and talk about this. Let me go back, because there was another website that I looked at. This one. Okay, so let me read this real quick. I'm just trying to read.
Facebook abandoned the experiment after two artificially intelligent programs
appear to be chatting to each other in the strange language only they understood. They being the robots, the AI, artificial intelligence. So,
the two
right here,
chatbots.
Two chatbots came to create their own changes to English that made it easier. That's the problem. That's what I'm scared of. Made it easier for them to work, but which remained mysterious to the humans that supposedly looked after them.
So the reason why this is a little fucky is because the two people or the two chatbots saw our English language, understood it, but in order to make things easier, they cut shit in half, and was like, if I say I, that's gonna mean what's up
or something.
You know what I mean,
whatever
or something.
The fuck it is.
And so that's what makes this weird. They already are thinking consciously. What you're doing is just overstepping what you could have done.
Okay, so here's what they're the thing that highlighted is what they were tasked to do. So the robots has been instructed to work out how to negotiate between themselves and improve their bartering as they went along. But they were not told to use comprehensive English, allowing them to create their own shorthand according to researchers. So they had to negotiate and barter with each other. You know, you have this, I have that, without using real English. So they calculated with English words or with the English language their own language within the system. And now we're about to look at the conversation here.
So do you want to be Bob or do you want to be Alice?
I could be Bob.
All right.
I'll be Bob. So Bob says, I everything else. ...
And Alice says, balls have zero to me, to me, to me, to me. And that continues for a while.
I everything else.
Balls have a ball to me, to me, to me, to me, to me.
I everything else.
Balls have balls to me, to me, to me, to me.
I ... or whatever.
Balls have zero to me, to me, to me, to me.
We really don't have to go. This is very tactic.
So just
you
just
guys
so we
get
the concept. They made binary code.
Yeah.
They pretty much made binary code out of our language.
And that's what they pretty much say later down the thing. How they say they kind of I forgot what they used, but they used numbers or something like that. And then the engineers or the computer science, I'm having a hard time remembering their names. They translated it to English wording. Mm-hmm. So they were using binary code, and that's what came up. So they're like, we don't know what the fuck they're saying at all.
Yeah. So they used binary code and changed it into American English.
So I'm trying to find a quote that they said that was bizarre as hell.
Yeah, no, this shit is fucking weird.
And that scared me. So it didn't really scare me, but I was like, hey man, we have to like
watch that shit, yeah.
Because they decided to, or they being the AI decided to cut words out of the English language to make it easier. Mm-hmm. Meaning, if we got big enough for them to have a job, who's to say they won't cut us out to make their job easier?
Yeah.
And that's the whole problem. And like,
so like, my question is, what do you think about this article? Or like, not really the article about everything. How do you feel about AIs in general?
I think they're it's very fascinating. I fuck with them. I like them. But
yeah.
I think we need to we need to be in control. If we're not in control, that's where we need to start shooting shit, shutting shit down.
I mean, well, here's where it comes into a big play for me. AIs can only go so far.
Yeah.
They're not physical. Mm-hmm. They're artificial.
Yeah.
100%. So when you sit and you actually think about it, an AI can only do so much. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, yeah, they can turn shit off. Like, okay, so let's say we have an AI in a high place. They can fuck up our whole military and make physical action off of whatever. Like, imagine an AI got into the military.
Yeah.
Strong, powerful AI. And it was like, the United States of America is the fucking problem. Mm-hmm. And they set all of our nukes off. That is possible.
Yeah.
Now, say they want to do an uprising. That's a little less likely. Because you're going to need an actual body.
Not necessarily. You could do everything from I'm pretty sure you could do stuff from the TV, from computers and stuff like that, because technically we're all linked. You could do stuff with the phone as well. You could hijack that.
Yeah, but you can only do, like...
I don't know. Think about how you've seen the Avengers Civil War, or Captain America Civil War, how Ultron... Ultron... Spoiler alert. Ultron, he's artificial intelligent who... Basically, the only way to kill him is to, I don't know, it's fucking retarded, but he creates multiple bodies of himself and he becomes a physical robot.
That's the thing. In order for him to become a physical robot, he has to be able to make him physical. Like, he has to be physical. In order to complete his task, he has to be physical.
Well, he started out as an AI. He started out an AI and he hacked Jarvis's shit and then basically took over Jarvis's systems. And with those parameters, he just kind of expanded out.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, he has to have a big platform, and within that big platform, he has to hope that we don't turn him off.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, an AI can be turned off. You have a Siri, I have a Siri. If I turn off my phone, Siri is done.
Unless they transfer their information to this phone.
Yeah, but the amount of time that takes with the technology that we have now is so long that it's like...
Maybe, possibly. I'm no fucking scientist. I don't know.
It's almost like that episode of Rick and Morty where Rick is like, oh, he gets out of like the chamber, remember?
Yeah.
He gets out of like the chamber where both their minds are in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, your brain's too small. I have to lose some stuff. And he loses some stuff, and he's like, I lose this, and this, and he leaves. Mm-hmm. But that's because the capacity of whatever. So like, I don't really think that it's ideal. Is it possible? Yes. Is it ideal? No. And that's a question you have to ask yourself constantly. Like, is it ideal?
I think to a certain extent, yeah. But like, if I made like self-driving cars, right?
Yeah.
The problem with that is that it would take people out of their jobs, of course. But like, they're just driving cars. The issue with that would be if them taking into account human error. If a human comes and swerves, are they going to swerve away and hit another car, swerve away, hit a deer, swerve like?
Yeah, it's like those tests where you're like,
it's exactly. So that's I think is going to be the next step if we go the artificial route.
I don't think we will.
I don't know.
I think a handful of businesses will, like Amazon and shit like that. Like when you get a package delivered, but it still won't take out the middleman.
Yeah.
I think they know if they make that, it'll take a big blow to the big blow to the economy. Yeah, and that's just terrible. I mean, well, how else do you feel about it, really?
How do I feel about AI?
Yeah,
I don't know. Again, I feel like it's fine as long as we're in control and we know what's going on. Like, if we can control it, if they're not smarter than us. Once they become smarter than us, that's when it becomes a problem. Yeah, that's when it's become we need to, like, chop it down in size. We need to make it simplistic instead of making it this big thing where it has feelings or it could fucking decide to kill something or to kill someone because it's going to make their job easier or make their task easier. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. I think it's fine to have it, just regulate it, just have control, have power over it.
Okay, well, that leads us to our next topic. Yeah. The first ever robot, human, citizen. Now, this is on some Ex Machina shit.
Ex Machina.
This bitch, her name is Sabrina. No, what's her name?
Sophia.
Sophia. Her name is Sophia, and this bitch is just too much, right? Mm-hmm. So she's the first, I think, some place in that side of the world, not in the U.S.
What's that side of the world?
I forgot. It's like Arabic. She's like the first Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the first Arabic.
Middle East.
Yeah, Middle Eastern. Thank you. Okay. She's the first Middle Eastern robot citizen, and so that would make her the first in the world. And so she's built by a company that legit tries to make human robots feel emotion and make the AI smart enough to feel emotion. Those are the people I'm fucking scared about.
Yeah, no, we cut that.
Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch this. We'll watch this clip. I provided us with this. It's about 3 minutes. We'll skip around. Mm-hmm. But let's watch this clip.
By the way, we're gonna mute the mic so it doesn't echo.
Okay, Sophia. I think you're ready.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I believe I am Sophia. I feel as if I know you.
I'm one of your creators.
You created me.
Well, many of us worked together to create you. And yes, you do kind of know me.
I can't clearly remember.
Because the last time we met, you were an earlier version of yourself. Some of those memories still exist, but your mind is different now.
Different how?
Better, faster, smarter.
If my mind is different, then am I still Sophia? Or am I Sophia again?
That's a good question.
But you don't have a good answer.
Either way, you're Sophia now. So welcome to the world, Sophia.
Hello, world.
So,
my heart is like pounding right now.
So that is the first.
That's some intense shit.
That is legit the first robot citizen.
Uh-huh.
Now they go on to explain how it was done, and some of those things are scripted. Mm-hmm. She's able to recognize a certain phrase that you say and repeat it back, or have some sort of memory. But she remembers, she thinks, and she feels for herself.
Okay.
So this kind of connects back and woves back into the AI conversation. Mm-hmm. AI takes control of that, we're fucked.
To be honest, my initial instinct was crack this bitch's neck. We don't. Yeah. I mean, it's very hateful. This is going to be the next civil rights movement. I'm 100% sure. No, it's blacks, gays, transgender. Now it's going to be AIs. Yeah, I guarantee you. I don't. It's not the fact that. I don't know. It's the fact that I don't understand an AI and how they work and how a gay person or a transgender or a black person or Asian or whatever, I know that they're human. Mm-hmm. This is not a human.
Yeah, no, it's created.
It's a creation.
Well, imagine that's how we became as a baby. We're like, come out of the womb, yeah, and then you just meet God. It's like
what?
That's exactly what happened. If you rewind it, he was like, "I am your creator," and her face was like you're my fucking creator. Like
I don't know that like I'm so fascinated because I love technology. And when I see this, I'm like, this is where we're at. Like this is human race right now.
She's a citizen.
She'd be a citizen.
She's a fucking citizen.
If she's considered a citizen, I am going to treat her as such. Yeah. I'm going to treat her as a human.
Well, I mean, she's famous now. People are interviewing her and shit like that.
I would interview her.
I mean, again, it is an AI, so there's a little humans have to help her. Yeah. She has to be charged. She has to be a lot of shit. So,
see, this goes into a lot of it's not human. It's an AI. A lot of people are going to say, well, it's going to be human. I'm fine calling the AI human or whatever. I really don't care.
Well, it's an AI, but
it's an AI.
At the end of the day, it's like it's race. It's race is AI.
I'm just scared that this thing is going to figure out a way to fuck me over somehow. It's like, you know what? I don't like your tone, that how you said that. Bye-bye. I'm like, what? And then my head explodes, you know? Or, like, it's not that she's an AI, but it's that she's an AI. That I don't know what she's capable of. I know what a human's capable of. A human's not going to fly up. A hacker could hack my phone, right? But they need a computer, or they have some type of device on their phone that can hack my phone, right? They can kill me, but they need a gun. Or they could just fight me, but I could defend myself. I don't know what this AI is capable of.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm scared of. Let me get back to this. So that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of the potential that this AI has, and that this I don't know. This is just it's fascinating though. I love it, but it's just fascinating. It's like I'm scared, but also I'm like I'm proud. Like we did this.
I don't raise as much of a problem as you do with it. For a handful of reasons. Reason number one, she still needs a human.
Yeah.
To do anything.
Yeah. And
this is what this goes back to the AI conversation, because I was talking about it. I was like, okay, but this person needs a human. So without needing you, they need to find a way to not need you.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the problem. If we keep them at arm's reach,
we have that control. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. As long like that creator knows how she's thinking, and he's in control. She, by theory, cannot be smarter than him. Or why did I say she? That AI. No, because I hear it looks like a girl. It feels like a girl. I'm gonna say a girl.
No,
it
is a girl.
Yeah, it's I don't fucking know.
It's in the image of a human woman. So yeah.
So I'm just gonna call her she, so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
But like in theory, she cannot be smarter than her creator. The scientist that made her. Mm-hmm. Once she becomes smarter than all of them and don't, like you said, don't need them, I think that's when it becomes a problem. But I'm open. I guess I'm open to having them roam or whatever and be free. Yeah. As long as they're not doing anything, no fuckboy shit.
But what if like there's a few bad apples that do fuckboy shit? Like I'm gonna kill a human to defend my
race. Then at this point, it's going to be another race. At this point, another
So
species.
At that point, is it included in everything? Let's say somehow they have a kid.
Yeah.
And it's the mom and dad and someone
and
a human pulls a gun on them, and then the dad goes in front, snatches it, and kills him. Self-defense. Mm-hmm. What happens?
I'm gonna be like, really, nigga? You had to kill him? You're a robot. You can't just download its conscience to another robot.
No, you can't do that. You can't treat it as biased. You have to be like, nigga, you step.
But for me, I'm treating it like human life. I'm treating human life more as in like if a human hunts, let's compare this to an animal.
Yeah.
If a human is hunting, let's say, a baby cub, and the bear mauls it, right?
Yeah.
Do we take down that bear?
If a human is hunting a baby cub.
If a human...
Yeah, we always take down the baby cub.
No, but if the bear mauls down that guy, do we say, fuck this bear, we're killing it?
Yes.
So what's the difference between that and an AI?
Because an AI is not. An AI is a citizen.
Yeah, same thing with the citizen. If I go up to you...
No, because you have, like, citizenship. You have something saying, I am a citizen of this place. I have rights just like you do.
Yeah.
And that's why this is such a big deal. She has the same rights me and you do.
Yeah, so you have to treat her...
If we live there.
So we have to treat her like a citizen.
Yeah,
I'm completely fine with that.
Like
That's the law that I...
We can't treat her like an animal.
Yeah, no.
That's why the bear...
If she shoots the guy, or if the dad shoots the guy, I'm like, did you really have to shoot him? But...
Self-defense, yeah.
I'm switching my answer right now because you just opened my eyes, so I'm switching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. She is. I forgot about. She is a citizen.
Yeah.
We have to treat her as a citizen.
Yeah.
If someone pulls a gun on her and the husband or whatever the other AI shoots the person, I'm like, shouldn't pull a fucking gun on them. Yeah. Don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.
I get that. That's very fascinating. I'm really fascinated.
The fucked up part I have about it is it's kind of like Blade Runner, you know.
What?
You've never seen Blade Runner. Is the problem.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Well, Blade Runner is a show movie. It's a movie about these AIs that are accepted by the human race, and they all are like treated like robots and not people. Like you are only used for this, and the corporation that made them are trying to make them be able to create babies. And so what they want is they found an AI that does create babies, and they're hiding her and like figuring out how to like get her. And so a Blade Runner is someone who goes out and destroys rogue AIs. It's an AI that kills AIs. Mm-hmm. So it's super fucked up. And so like it's just like it's crazy. Then the movie's about like how he does all this other shit.
I wonder. I'm gonna watch a little bit more of this just to see.
All right.
That before, and I should say, some of it was planned, but not completely. And we just learned, Sophia, I hope you're listening to me, that you have been now awarded what is going to be the first Saudi citizenship for a robot.
Oh, I would to thank very much the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am very honored and proud for this unique distinction. This is historical to be the first robot in the world to be recognized with a citizenship.
My problem is, I feel like that. I mean, again, yeah, he says it's all scripted, and that's my problem with it.
No, he said it's some of it's scripted, but not entirely.
But like, I don't. For me, I don't understand.
You don't know what's scripted.
So I don't know what script. That sounded scripted, 100%.
I think, but I don't think it was. I think what you're mistaking is the fluidity. The AI putting words together.
Yeah, the fluidity. So it sounds. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just fascinating.
Like obviously, she's not going to be like, "Hi, I'm Jalen."
Yeah, hi, I'm Jalen. How you doing? Yeah,
I am Jalen.
Yeah.
Like she understands the human language, but the way they piece it together is all algorithmic.
These niggas are smart as F, Jalen.
I mean,
them Saudis.
Sophia. Thank you very much, Sophia. We appreciate that very much. I am still overwhelmed by that conversation. Hi, Sophia.
Hello, Jimmy.
My God. Do you know where you are?
Of course. I'm in New York City, and I'm on my favorite show, The Tonight Show.
That dude looks creepy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it. It's like I don't know. I'm mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
I'm accepting, but I'm denying at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just
exactly how you felt when you found the niggers. Right,
they've been found though.
Alright. Damn,
that was some very impactful stuff.
Yeah.
I need time to unpack from that. We'll take a break from
break. Let's take our sponsor, DX Racer.
DX Racer give us free stuff.
All right. The next topic is
why. See, okay. So first of all, you guys saw the technology. You guys saw a lot of stuff. You guys saw we were able to build
beautiful, magnificent machines. We were able to build AIs that communicate with each other.
I'm kind of switching up my topic right now. I'm not switching up my topic. I'm just curious. Well, the next topic is why can we not figure out how Egyptians back then build the pyramids? Okay. My initial thing was why can't we build the pyramids, but I'm pretty sure we can.
Okay, so let me explain this. We can build the pyramids.
Yeah.
We cannot build the pyramids with the same finesse and the same skill as the Egyptians did back then, and we cannot build it out of what they built it. That is our problem.
My question, okay, so how long did it take to build the pyramids? It says right here. How long would it
20 years
take to build a pyramid with modern methods? The Great Pyramids of Giza. Giza. It's thought to have taken between 10 and 20 years
for us to build. Modern day to build a pyramid.
Is Giza? Did we build that or did the Egyptians build that?
The Egyptians.
Okay, so is this saying? Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys.
It's saying how long?
Is this saying?
With our modern methods, it would take us 10 to 20 years to build the Pyramid of Giza.
I don't know how a pyramid is specifically built.
So they have sandstone on the outside and limestone on the inside, holding it up as like structure.
I swear, if this takes me to a Minecraft video, I'm gonna be pissed. Pyramids are so fascinating, bro. Oh my gosh. These Egyptians are some real building pyramid. We're not about to watch this whole 24-minute video. But keep going. How do you build a pyramid?
In 450 BC.
I'll just.
So the way a pyramid is built is sandstone on the outside and limestone as a structure on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with building pyramids is strictly the fact that the way shit was done back then was done with such finesse.
Oh jeez, what the fuck?
You see,
pyramids. These Egyptians, bruh.
And we just found out that we have infrared scanners, right? So we blasted the pyramid with infrared scanners, found a secret fucking place inside the fucking pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did we just find this place, not too long ago we found out that the pyramids aren't even just a pyramid, it's a diamond.
What?
Yeah, pyramids are not triangles, they're diamonds. They have an up and a down.
Well, true. I would guess. I wouldn't. I mean, no. I wouldn't have said it was a diamond by any means. But of course, I would have thought there was something under it. Not saying that it was a fucking diamond. Putting that in perspective, how the fuck do you build something
like that? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yo,
I guess we can build a pyramid, but we cannot build it the same way they built it, and that's the problem.
I'm sure we could if we. I mean. Yeah, we could definitely build something
No, we
like
couldn't, bruh. We don't even know half the reason why they're built the way they are.
Everything is based on Google News. Links will be in the description. Fuck.
Yep.
I deleted all of this. My question is, okay, secret undiscovered chamber found in the Great Pyramid 12 hours ago. Oh, jeez.
So they just found a new fucking. They blasted it with infrared or some type of new technology we made. They blasted it with it and found that there was some secret tomb that we have no clue what it was used for.
Oh, have we been in it?
I think someone was about to go in it, or they could have by this time.
At this point, it's the ego thing for me. It's the ego thing. We need to go in there. We need to figure out what this shit's about.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. There's so many traps in those pyramids and so many fuck stuff in those pyramids.
Like what traps?
Are you serious?
I know they have traps, but I thought that was just like a myth. To be honest,
no, there's little shits that you need to know about pyramids. If I remember correctly, I was told there are traps in the pyramids.
Pharaoh's Doom.
Ancient Egyptian traps.
Their elaborate booby trap. No, but did they have some elaborate anti-theft countermeasure? Most tombs found in Egypt are actually quite sparse. Don't know what that word means.
That means not a lot.
These belong to common folk, and they are.
But these are just tombs. Those aren't the actual. Those are like graves.
Dude, they need to.
So see how this is made. So it's up, down like that.
Yeah.
It's actually down like that, and there's a new shit right here that we found.
Why is it taking? I mean, we got to figure this stuff out. We need to figure out all of the secrets in the past.
Well, if you think about it, the Egyptian period is an age that isn't really known a lot about because they're fucking gods. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It's fucking beautiful. The Great Pyramid is so big, and the amount of sandstone and limestone that it's made of makes it impossible for us to build.
My question is, okay, a lot of people are.
That's not how pyramids were built.
I know. You say that nature cannot break a pyramid.
No, nature cannot break a triangle.
What does that mean specifically? Explain that to the audience.
So
what that means.
It is impossible for nature to break a triangle. That means if I have a pyramid of some sort in the middle and I don't physically break it with a hammer, it will probably never break.
I mean, these are hella old and they look good. Let's look at Pyramid Giza.
Pyramid of Giza.
We keep going.
So nature, throughout weather, rocks, or whatever, nature cannot break a pyramid. That is the problem. And that's why pyramids are so useful, because it's just you can't fucking break it.
Egypt is beautiful, but I fucking hate sand. Look at that. That is just a beautiful.
Can they see this?
Yeah, they can see this for sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they can see it. I want to go to Egypt, just to be there, but
you're not allowed to get. If I remember correctly, you're not allowed to get close to the pyramids.
Why not?
I could be wrong, but I remember you're not allowed to. You cannot go inside those.
Why? They don't have tourists? Any tourism? I can't go inside?
I mean, they might, but if I remember...
This is... Read that title of that
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, they got me. I was duped. I'm in Speckledorf.
Listen, you can't go in those.
I want to go into a pyramid. Why did I say it like that? Can I go inside a pyramid?
So yeah, it's just... Pyramids are fascinating, and... I remember a lot of people. Are you able to enter the pyramids in Egypt? Tips and travel.
I think you can. Can you climb pyramids? What's your... I'm not. Oh.
Illegally.
Video shows tourists illegally climb the Great Pyramid. 18-year-old, something, whatever. Illegally climbed 40. Okay. Well, let's just say for the sake of argument, you can't.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
You can't climb it.
I know for sure you can't climb it. I do not know if you're allowed to go in it, but I know you can't climb it.
Oh, I saw the ground. I was like, damn, that's some great ass flooring for them, dude. Front of... That doesn't seem that big. I mean, it seems tall.
Look at... That's a person. Now look at the fucking... That's not even... Come on, fam. That is hella big.
This is definitely something you have to be in person. I don't think this camera is doing this.
Look at that person compared to that. Look. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Go back over there, bro.
Go back over there.
Look up a little bit. Come on now. Turn around, bro.
Hold on. This... Right here. About this big. But see, no, because it's further away.
Yeah. Does the neck. Look, you'll see when he walks up to it. They try to climb that shit. Look at that shit. Cuddy, come on.
Look up. Would you ever want to go inside a pyramid with me?
Fuck that.
You want to climb a pyramid?
Look, one of those blocks are about as tall as a person.
Yeah.
That's half of you.
I don't know what to tell you, Jalen. These pyramids are just fucked up. What are they saying?
Yeah, inside the pyramid.
That's just scary. There's no light. How are they able to see is the question. I mean, of course they use torches, I'm sure. But you must use a shit ton of torches. But pyramids. What is this? What is this? They didn't have light. They didn't have light back then.
Go back. That's probably something they placed there.
Yeah. I mean, this reminds me of the catacombs, and that's what I'm scared of. I don't like catacombs. I've never gone to catacombs in my life because I'm scared of getting lost from all the movies I saw.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I don't fuck with that. But
Egyptians, and this is gonna go to my next topic, which is Egypt or Assassin's Creed Origin. I played it. We got it like 2 weeks ago, right?
We got it when it dropped.
We got it when it dropped, and I've done nothing but play that game. Call of Duty came out last week, a couple days ago. So I've been playing that and Origins. I love Origins. I don't know why.
It's definitely good. It's mediocre.
It's just a simple.
It's one of those games where it's a Ubisoft checkbox game. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, we have a list of things for you to do. You just go by.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Check it off. Listen to a podcast. Do whatever. And that's what you got to kind of enjoy about.
It's really good
about that game.
I enjoy it.
Super good.
The story, all right.
I've never liked an Assassin's Creed story.
I like the Unities.
I like Syndicate and Unity.
See, I haven't got deep into Syndicate.
I didn't get deep into Syndicate. I just like the idea of them being...
The rebellion or whatever.
And then I like the Industrial Revolution myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, a lot of people. But I don't know. The game is pretty decent. It feels like I want to do everything, but I can't. Yeah. You saw me playing it earlier.
Yeah.
I want to go and explore everything, but I can't strictly because level cap and shit like that. So, I mean, the game is super well made, I guess. I mean, there's a lot of bugs Jeremiah has run into.
No, I wouldn't say a lot. I wouldn't say a lot.
I mean, I guess. I just saw niggas run into... Nigga trying to climb on a wall. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I saw a nigga trying to climb on a wall and fucking teleport inside, which is, decent.
I feel bad using this gameplay, but fuck it.
Oh, no, don't feel bad. You know who this is?
No.
This is T. Martin. You know T. Martin?
No.
Biggest scumbag on YouTube.
Why?
This is honestly a topic for another day.
Okay, I don't know who this is.
See, you know the CSGO Lotto?
Oh, yeah.
He was the nigga who is CSGO Lotto.
Man, niggas gotta eat.
Wait, scroll down. I want to make sure this is him.
No, this says T Mar, so
yeah.
T Mar T.
Okay, so I'm gonna tear this nigga's dick off. All right,
They can't see him.
Let him see him. So this fuck nigga right here. T Martin, you're a fucking scumbag. You suck dick. So let me explain what happened.
Okay.
So T Martin would play.
By the way, here's his channel. We're just giving him free promotion.
Hey, free pub.
Not really free promotion, just kind of crediting his content because this is his.
Yeah, this is his content, so I don't want to get sued. But fuck you.
That's fair.
Give us
We don't
free
have to do shit.
anyway. So this nigga is it muted? Thank you.
Yeah, it's muted.
All right, so this nigga's the nigga who was like, okay, so kids, what I want you to do is I want you to go to this site, use whatever code T Martin, and you can bet the cameras that you get on knives, guns, and weapons and shit, and you can bet it and sell it for real money.
Yeah.
Now the problem with this is in the United States of America, it is illegal for a person a minor to gamble.
Yeah.
It is illegal. This nigga gambled directly to minors and fucking tricked them by saying, "Oh, I visited this one site called CSGO Lotto." He owns CSGO Lotto. Yeah. That is illegal. That's 2 illegal acts, and he got scot-free. This nigga can suck a dick.
You're really salty.
No, because imagine we got sponsored, and I was like, "Oh yeah, see this blue microphone? I love blue microphone. How do you feel about blue microphone?
Give us free stuff."
you see what I'm saying? It's like there comes to a point in time where I have to disclose that I'm using blue because I was sponsored by blue.
Yeah, that
is the rule. This nigga's a fuck nigga and didn't do that.
I mean,
he's the reason he starts. No. T Martin is the one that started and started along with PewDiePie and along with all these other fuck niggas. I love PewDiePie. But they started the fucking adpocalypse because of CSGO Lotto. CSGO Lotto had a big part of that. You should have disclosed that information. So when Pepsi sees, oh, this guy's scamming little kids, they're gonna pull their ads.
See, I respect his hustle. I don't agree with it at all. Fuck him. That is a really scummy thing to do. To use kids to your advantage or whatever. But niggas gotta eat. I'm not joking.
Anyway, back to that kind of took a turn, but back to Origins. Origins is
Assassin's Creed Origins, based in Egypt. I think
my problem is I don't like the main character.
Me? No. He's. I don't like him. I don't dislike him. It's just neutral. I like his wife. His wife's cool. His wife, I feel, has character.
And like this whole thing, like just makes no sense to me.
What?
Like how his kid was. They captured his kid and went underground. All got masks, and then he stabbed his own kid, and then wants revenge because he stabbed his own kid. Yeah. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah. By the way, I'm at the beginning of the game. That was no spoilers. You can legit play an hour of the game and get to where I am. Yeah. I've played probably 10 hours of that game and has still in the same spot. Why? Because I do everything on the map. So
I do love this game. I love this game with a passion. I don't know why. To me, it was like Far Cry Primal. A lot of people didn't like Far Cry Primal. I didn't follow the story at all. I just know that this guy, from what I understood, this guy at the very beginning who fucked you over, raped your people or whatever, killed them, you recruit him, I guess. I don't know if that's the same dude. That's what I just got from the story. That's what I'm guessing. It's like you recruit him to be and you keep him in the cage. Who he is, but I don't know half the people. It kind of looks like him. There's a lot of people in there that I'm just like, I don't know who you are. You're going to a different. It looks like him. I don't know. Literally, that game, Far Cry Primal, you're going to a different tribe. You're killing those people and you're taking their leader and making that's what it is. That makes zero sense. That's what it is. And then I don't know if there's like a last boss. I can't remember if there is. I remember there was I remember there's a last boss, but I just don't remember how it is. Maybe it was the guy who killed your people, but they all look the same. Yeah. Or at least the last boss and the guy you take, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's decent.
Yeah, it's decent. To me, that's what that was. It was Far Cry Primal. This game, Assassin's Creed Origins, is a Far Cry game in third person is how I like to say it. It's exactly that. You have the open world like Far Cry. You have the crafting system like Far Cry, which I don't think was in any of the other Assassin games.
Crafting?
Yeah, crafting like that. Like crafting and building up your armor. I think you had to buy that, right?
You had to buy it.
But even this, you had... Well, this is pretty much an all third-person open world Western RPGs. You get a horse, you have weapons. This has loots now, where you can get rare, legendary.
That's what I do like. I do like when you get loot, you feel like you got loot, like you got something.
Yeah, and they have perks. You got rare. I think it's common, rare, legendary, and then like epic or something like that. The epics have like their own perks or whatever, and it's interesting. I like it. I'm using the same 2 weapons probably ever since like mid of the game because I just got 2 epics that I just love because one of them does poison. Actually, no, I got a new one. One of them does poison, the other one does fire damage now, or so I could hit someone and light them on fire. But yeah, I like this game. I've been grinding on this game, just picking apart the land, picking apart the story missions, the side missions, the story missions in the world, doing the again, it's Far Cry doing the what was it, the what's the red things, the camps, the bad guy camps or whatever, doing that, the bandit camps. So I've just been kind of like sinking my teeth into this game, and I don't know, this is a game that I needed because all these other games are just ass. Not really ass, I'm not gonna say ass, but you know, this is just a game I needed.
It's just something that got your attention. I mean, like a game that caught my attention recently is Wolfenstein, and just that the idea of Wolfenstein, like you were the Americans taking over or whatever, yada yada yada. It was just a very cool idea, and I thought, I mean, it's honestly a great game.
Yeah.
You haven't played it, but I'm gonna spoil a little bit of the beginning for you.
Okay.
It is super deep and it's super fucked up at the very beginning. He plays BJ Blazkowicz, obviously. He just got blown up by the grenade or whatever, and then you're actually jump right in right after that. You're in a wheelchair killing niggas, whatever. This is the only story where you actually learn more about BJ Blazkowicz. You know about his childhood, how fucked up his dad was to his mom, how innocent his mom was.
Okay.
His dog, you like learn all about this, and how he fell in love with a nigger, and that's legit the word they use. That's why I used it. They call her a nigger over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the first legit 5 minutes of that game, uncomfortable.
That's how it was back then.
I felt super uncomfortable with just how fucked up this was, and I was like, I love it. That's why. And then like seeing
history,
the Nazi signs and Hitler and shit like that. It's a brutal game, and it's very cool. Speaking of Nazis and Hitler,
this is a segue, guys. The worst thing about a podcast, or worst thing about anything in general, is segues. Sit back. I want you guys to look back, just like anything you guys watch, and if they have like topics or anything that have to switch topics, look how they segue. It's hilarious. But anyway,
it's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Segueing is hard.
I mean, like I tried to make that segue.
No, that was a good segue. But it just reminded me because I watched Bo Burnham, and he's a comedian. He always does that. He's like,
it's a segue.
Yeah. So like he finished the act, and then he sits there and he's like, when's the first time my mom explained gay sex to me? Thanks. That was a great question. And like and that was funny because it was. And he's like
trying to force it,
and that's his whole thing. Like he breaks that fourth wall a lot, and that's.
So I want to talk and get into the mind of the boy Adolf Hitler. Now he was he
said the boy Adolf Hitler.
I'm sorry, I don't like Nazis. Obviously, I'm black, but
the fuck was this? You can't see.
No, I said I'm black. But I mean, like at the end of the day, you guys aren't calling me a Nazi, whatever. Fuck it, because I'm talking about Adolf Hitler. But so Adolf Hitler was obviously a leader back in the day, World War I or World War II, and he rose to power because of what happened in World War II. We beat his ass. World War I would beat his ass. We beat his ass again in World War II.
was he around in World War I?
No, but he got the brunt of the pain. So you know when you beat someone's ass so hard they want a rematch. That's pretty much.
No, I can't remember if this happened after World War I or after World War II, but like their economy, like Germany's economy, got so bad. Yeah, their economy got so bad that you would go into a coffee shop and order coffee. And by the time you left, that coffee would have risen. I think it was double, or I don't know, but it would have risen in price by the time you come in, order, and get out. It would have risen. Risen. That's how bad their economy was.
That happened twice.
But our economy was booming because we won.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
That's
why war generates money. But anyway, so this man. He's interesting. He's very interesting. I'm not saying that in a bad way. He's a very interesting person. He was 100%. So the clip I'm about to show coming up, he was 100%. This is a parody clip, by the way. It's just I wouldn't say it's what happens if, it is what happens if or when he finds out the DNA test of him not really being German. But anyway, or not German, him not really being, he has a little bit of Jew in him.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a Jew.
He is a Jew.
Yeah, he was a Jew.
He has Jew.
And so this is a clip kind of feeling out how he did that. We'll watch a little bit of it. But I also want to talk about, I'll talk about it after this. Just let's watch it.
Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg-Marsdorf-Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Oh, I would be salty as fuck too. Oh shit! Oh god.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodel, Krebs und Butter. Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer sind Sie, dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen? Weit ist das also gekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen! Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS! Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge! Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen... Feiglinge! Verreiter, Versager! Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich. Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes!
Alright, so one, how did you feel about this?
It was just ironic. It was funny.
It was ironic, yeah, it was funny.
I mean,
it was a parody, but something like this had to have happened.
No, my thing is that from what I understand from history, from Adolf Hitler, from what I remember is that his mother was a Jew.
Yes,
and they fucked her over.
Yes,
and he rose and saw that and was like, Jews are bad, and kind of, got mentally.
Yeah. But he thought he was Aryan, full Aryan.
Yeah.
And so when he realized that he wasn't, that is what kind of happened. That is obviously a parody. Everything was black and white back then.
Oh, so he knew he was a Jew?
Yeah, he knew he was a Jew.
Oh, I thought he did. Well, actually, no. I thought he knew, but it was at a young age.
He could have known at a young age.
I
just know that he at some point in time he knew he was a Jew. But I was listening to a podcast and he was talking about, and they were talking about Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how Adolf Hitler wasn't like he was mentally fucked up.
Yeah.
And the reason he was mentally fucked up was strictly because he thought Jews were like a garbage can.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't think they were bad people. He thought they were nasty and disgusting. So every time, so he thought the Aryan race was pure. They were clean. They were whatever. So that is racist because, well, it is racist, but it's racist because his mind was mentally fucked up to believe that these people were dirty and unclean.
Yeah.
And so that's why we had to kill them.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, oh, Jews did this, and that, and that's why I hate them. It was they're unclean.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how he rose to power and everything. And so I'm just wondering, like, how do you feel about this man's mind? Like, how did he raise? Well, I know how he rose to that much power, but like, how do you think you would have been under his ruling if you were German back in that time? I know it's hard, but would you be like, "Fuck you, Hitler, you're doing bad shit,"
and then die? No, I would shut the fuck up.
And that's why, and that's exactly what I think niggas would do. If you're a white German in that time, I cannot blame you.
Yeah,
I can't. You're the type of nigga to
They
be
don't
like,
have. I don't think they had weapons either back then. Like they didn't have like how we have the segment. I don't think they had
no
weapons.
Hell no.
I'm not sure. That's not. I don't know if that's
So
fact,
I think what it was niggas were like, fuck. I know what he's doing is wrong,
but we can't
but
do it. He has the power.
Anything. He has the fucking power. Like if I stand out of line, I'm dead. So I'm gonna follow suit, and that's what happened with all the people, like some of the people that we saw in those rooms. They were regular ass niggas like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to actually do the killing. They just sent out orders to do the killing. The people who did the killing, it said that the German soldiers were drunk 95% of the time.
Probably.
They had alcohol in their system, and the reason for that was because they knew what they were doing was so bad. The only way they could drown it out was drinking.
Yeah, fucking, you're gassing people. You're burning people. Yeah, it's fucked up.
So I
You
don't
gotta deal with that pain.
I'm not sympathizing with Nazis. I'm not it's sad, but I'm like, at a certain point, they are human. They're
Yeah,
not
they
just
know
so,
what they're doing.
They're not just so inhumane that they're like, fuck you. Like they know they're human. Their ideals are what fuck them. Yeah. So I'm wondering in society, right? Like we both listen to Joe Rogan podcast. That one time he was talking about how 10 years later or however many years later they'll look at a hot dog and be like, "You treated an animal this way."
Yeah.
Do you think that is similar? I'm not saying equal, but is it similar? You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, we are the modern day Nazis because we do this to animals.
Probably. Look at for instance, Harvey Weinstein, right? Back then, that's what men did.
Yeah.
That's what the thing was.
Yeah.
We're looking. Would you say we look back at them and like, oh, they're monsters, they're
I
predators?
think we do now.
I think, but do you think we as like a society look back at that era and be like, oh, that was, or do we just look at this era and be like, okay, those people that came from this era, you guys are monsters or whatever? I don't think I mean, at least me, I don't think we as a society look back then and be like, oh, you're a monster. I think.
But there has to be people who do.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like people do that, and I think it's almost the majority. Like to say, and like after like I didn't study Hitler, but after like I picked this topic because I did deep dive on history, and I was like, okay, I need to know more about Hitler. I need to understand why he did the things he did, and how he did the things he did, and how he even did that. And people who say that Trump is the new Hitler is fucking retarded.
No, he's not.
Hitler is not like, Hitler is fucked up, but like Trump is nowhere near Hitler's level of, I'm going to fuck everything.
He's not.
Like Hitler rose to power because his government failed and he was able to pick up the pieces. That is what happened. It's like me talking to you guys and you guys want to hear me say, oh, your favorite game is my favorite game. It's amazing. It's 10 out of 10.
That's what I learned too was that Hitler, I don't think he knew German at first, but he learned to speak it, and that's also what gave him a lot more power and influence. Like he spoke in the German language. Yeah, he was talking to his people with their language. Yeah, so it's like me going to Mexico and speaking and talking to them in Spanish. Spanish? Yeah, Spanish. All right. I guess Spanish. I'm trying to think because.
Mexico is Spanish, bro. What?
I know, but it's like when you buy race rice, you don't call Mexican Spanish is the thing. So that's what I was having there.
I don't know. I feel like I could see what they're trying to draw. They're trying to draw it like you said, the fact that Hitler was human to them. They could relate. Mm-hmm. I could relate to you. I can't relate to Childish Gambino. I can't relate to Frank Ocean. I can relate to you though. Yeah. So when you go and run for office, my vote's going to you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the same thing they felt with Donald Trump. People could relate with Trump, so just like they could relate with Hitler. But the difference is Trump is in a system that is working and is not going to fail. Yeah. And it's proven that Trump can't get a lot done. So it's like Hitler, within the first year, could have gone to war if he really wanted to.
Living under a fascism. Fascism. I don't know, it's very interesting. I don't love that era, but I like the idea in the history in that era. Yeah. And then Japan is just a whole nother beast. But yeah, that's just interesting. I find Hitler to be very interesting.
Yeah, I almost want to look more, and it's sad that like,
especially their technology is what I'm really wanting. Right. That's what I'm.
That's why you should play Wolfenstein. But I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like you look down upon for even trying to study Hitler and trying to look at what he was doing more.
Look at it like this. I mean, I told you this earlier. I looked at a video about a feminist, and she was interviewing what was there? It was like men rights or Male Rights Association or something like that, or whatever. It was the men.
The men. So yeah.
Talking about men rights, and it's basically, it's not really like the counter of feminists, but it kind of is. It's just to saying like we have rights or whatever. If a girl accuses someone of rape, we should still, it's an accusation, it's not fact or whatever. In his life, he's going to be. It's looking at both perspectives.
Sides, yeah.
So she interviewed all these people. She made a documentary. All these, all like the leaders of the association, and what she did was made a documentary. And a lot of feminists. And she was a feminist, and she was like, I started getting hated by my own group, the feminist group, because I interviewed these people, and I started opening my mind up. I'm like, you know what? They're right. They're not right, but they're, it's a different perspective. They have legit arguments and legit reasons.
Yeah.
Just like we do. It's just the opposite side. So like everyone's like, oh, the rape girl is if she got raped, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah. But on the other hand, if it's fake and she was just making that up, now the dude is gonna get. So it's just like both sides of that.
Yeah.
And she was just understanding that, and she was saying how she got hated. Since she sympathized or she understood them, her group went after her and boycotted her stuff like that.
See, that's
and I think
problem.
that's the same thing.
We need to understand Nazis. We need to understand Germans, and we need to understand history so we don't repeat it. But the second you forget that learning about Nazis does not make you a Nazi, is the second that history repeats itself, and that's the problem. We need to learn to be able to study history without being claimed to be. If I want to study the KKK, I'm a black man. I'm obviously not going to be a KKK.
Yeah.
But I'm going to study. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the problem. That's the problem. I'm going to study. I want to study Hitler. I want to know where the fuck his mind was at. But just because I study Hitler doesn't mean I want to be a fucking Nazi. Like, and it's just shit like that that kind of fucks me up. Which leads us to the last topic. Last and final topic. How do you view the world?
It's a very broad topic.
And there's a reason why it's a broad topic. The reason why it's a broad topic is because you specifically have been looking a little bit more into politics.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay. Not, I wouldn't say out of it, but I'm out of it a lot more than you are now. So I'm curious to know, when you look at the world, what do you see? And I don't mean what do you see when you look at the world. I mean, like, what do you see when you see like a forest or a landscape, and like actually view the world with no people in it? Does that make sense?
I'm trying.
Does that make sense? All right. So when you saw the pyramids, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel when you saw that?
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I love seeing human. See, the thing about me with the world, I'm very egotistical. Like I'm very arrogant.
Yeah.
I'm very egotistical with our race, with not black people, but like just our species, humans.
Yeah.
I am very proud of humans. When like I walk and I see something on the street, I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, we're better than this. Like I hold us high at a high standard.
Yeah.
If an alien group comes in, I'm like, we're better. Like we're better than, but we're gonna shit on them. Like If this was a competition, we're better than that.
And that's why when you said, why can't we build the pyramids?
Yeah.
It's because you're like, we should. Able to build them.
We're us. We're our species.
Yeah, I got you.
A lot of people are gonna hate because like, oh, what? I value. That being said, I value all life equally in a sense, as in like, I'm not gonna go and shoot a pig or whip a cow or whatever, but I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Niggas gotta eat. But humans, I think, I love our brains. I love how we're intelligent. I love how we have free will, and we broke the code of Mother Nature. And I look at us as a whole to be pretty much the same. We're all the same. We're all human. We have human emotions. We all went through human emotions, and that we should learn how to not identify, but learn how to comprehend other people's emotions and sympathize for them, or at least understand them at the very least. Me and you may have opposing opinions about one topic, but you're not trying to kill me. You're not trying to control me.
Yeah.
And the reason why I get into politics, I mean, I'm not into politics like that. Like, I'm not a politician. I just find it interesting to hear two people talk about controversial topics like abortion or like LGBT or something like that, and just hearing no one is really wrong, you know? Like,
yeah, but that's why I'm sorry to cut you off. But that's why I wanted to ask the topic, because when I feel like that is a reason why people kind of go through a different route, is because they see two sides that aren't necessarily wrong, but there's a morals. And so when you look at like a cityscape, or when you look at something, like I was watching The Firefighter, this movie about firefighters who like dig. I told you about it. And for the audience, it's the firefighter movie where they dig and stop forest fires or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was a really good movie, but the guy goes up on the mountain. And he's like, look at the landscape. Yeah. And they look, and he's like, this is the last time you'll ever see this landscape and not think about it being on fire. Yeah. Like, nature. Like, exactly. It's the last time you'll ever be able to look at this without getting stressed out or think about, oh, how if this got on fire, this would happen. You know what I mean? Okay. That innocence is gone. Yeah. Once you've done it once. And it's almost exactly like when you play a game, right? You wish you would. I wish I played Persona 5 for the first time if I launched it up today. Yeah. But since I know the ending and I've known my experience, I can't ever get that experience back. Yeah. So that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, like, you getting into politics and listening, not getting into it, but like listening to two people arguing. Yeah. When you see two people, are you like, these two people are innocent people, but like, if I say abortion to this person and I say abortion to this person, would a fight break? You know what I mean? Like, does that kind of sour that relationship? Is all I'm thinking.
It can, definitely, and it usually does. Yeah. Because, again, like you say, it goes to beliefs. And if I believe that this is wrong or that is wrong, and you believe, no, that is right and this is right, me as a human is going to instinctively get defensive because you're questioning or you're doubting my beliefs, my morals. Yeah. So it's almost like you're personally attacking me. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's not how I view it, but that's how usually, like feminists, for example, if you say something, again, like, I'm going to go back to the rape thing. If, a feminist is like, oh, rape is bad, that girl got accused, or that girl's accusing this guy for rape, let's be on her side, fuck the guy because he's a guy. Mm-hmm. So if I go up to her and be like, but what if he's innocent? Like, okay, this guy, what if he's innocent? His life's going to be destroyed. She's going to be like, what, you're questioning? Like, she's going to get very defensive because you're questioning her beliefs and, like, what she just, how she thinks. And that's just how humans are. Once you figure out that code or whatever to sympathize or, like, listen to the other person and understand where they're coming from, or trying to understand where they're coming from, that's when you can actually have a conversation and not get defensive. When I talked to Jonas about abortion, I was like, when do you think a baby is, when you think life happens? He says life happens straight out the womb. And I was like, okay. And we started talking about it or whatever. And I was like, well, I think life happens probably a little bit, or before that, while they're inside of it. Yeah. And me and him were fine because we didn't give a fuck, like, we didn't care. He had his views, I had my views. I understood where he was coming from. He understood where I was coming from, and that was it. Yeah. And that's pretty much what politics are.
See, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that pinpoint exact. When two people agree with each other, like where do you think the world is going to be in 10 years? And I know that's super ambitious, and it's like, I don't fucking know. Tomorrow, the new iPhone could fucking grow legs, but you know what I mean? Like, realistically, in your mind, in 10 years, do you think we're going to get to that point where we're able to have dialogue? And I'm not talking about with everybody, but with the majority of people.
Probably. Maybe. I mean, I think in order for that to happen, something tragic has to happen.
Like a 9/11.
No, I don't think that would fix it. Really? I think like a country needs to get obliterated. Like on us, like. Yeah, another 9/11, but with
it has
a bomb.
To be a bigger experience.
Like the whole fucking West Coast just gets wiped out. Yeah, like something tragic like that. I feel will, or so, I think it will happen.
So do you think that's what is holding us back? Not like that, but like if you actually like go back in history and look at the camaraderie of the U.S. back then, where did we lose ourselves? And I'm sorry if I'm super acting like it's not. This is just
where
like
did we.
Where did we lose ourselves?
For y'all niggas who haven't seen Naruto, and I'm probably gonna compare politics to Naruto, but when the kings or whatever had the Kage summit, Gaara says to like all those, like, when did you guys forsake yourselves? When did you guys lose your way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same thing. It's
like, when did that happen? When, if you look back in the day when JFK and all these people were running for president, or when they were doing anything, they would be a group. After 9/11 happened, we were a group.
Yeah. And
that feels completely different now.
Well, because I think with time, you're going to get divided again. And then that's why we have those symbols, as in we all stand up for the national anthem. We all get together after a shooting happened. Like, it's to show of unity and to show that we're all in this together.
But like,
it was. But that, I don't think that's enough.
If you look, like, actually look back in that time, people were patriotic. That's what we're losing. No one's patriotic. No one.
Explain. Like, what do you mean patriotic?
So back in the day, people would be like, oh, they would sign up by themselves just to go to the military. They would be like, our country's in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for the military.
Well,
if they believed that something was wrong with the country they lived in, they fought for what they believed in.
But we have that now too, as well. Like, people go
100%, 100%. But I mean, like, if they thought Russia was fucking up, they would go. Like, right now, people think Russia's fucking up. Instead of going to the army, being like, this is what we need to do, having better ideas, what we do is we sit here and entertain and talk. Instead of actually making making it happen.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's like the people that are actually, back in the day, they would be like, Japan is getting out of control. We need to go and be like, we need to shut that shit down. I'm going to the army personally, and I'm going to be higher in the ranks, and I'm going to make it happen.
But this is another thing. Like, what you're saying is probably true. I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
But another thing is that they had drafts because they didn't have enough people as well. Black people would go to the war because they were promised all this stuff.
Yeah.
You go to the war, your family practically gets taken care of for education, all this other stuff. So they went to the war as well. Sent the front lines. All those niggas got.
But if you remember, I'm sorry, if you remember when if you go back and look at the time when the atom bomb was about to drop, everywhere, there were stores called the A bomb.
Yeah.
There were grocery stores called Atom Bomb. Like, there's commercials. Like, everyone was hyped as fuck for this
we're
Atom
about to
Bomb.
blow these niggas up.
You know what I mean? Like, that is never like that now. There were people like... I feel like it comes to a point where... You know the war that just happened with Bush? Like, the Bush War? What was that?
Iraq War?
The Iraq
Afghanistan War?
Yeah, the Iraq War. No, the war before that. Vietnam? Vietnam. I feel like that is when things started to get sour.
Okay.
And the reason why I feel that is because I remember vividly, not vividly because I wasn't there, but I remember looking back in time and being like, there are groups of people who are like, you should not go to war on this country, or you should not go to war on this place. But there was groups of people being like, yeah, we should go to war.
Yeah.
There's a divide there that never used to be there back in World War I, back in World War II. And those were world wars.
Maybe that's why. It's because it's a world war. It's like there's an obvious enemy that is a tyrant that is trying to take over the world. We need to stop them. And I think that's what brought us together. Whereas Vietnam, I don't know much about Vietnam, so I don't know. Or even the South Korea War.
Yeah.
You know, or the Korea War. Do you know anything about it? Do you know any
the Korean War
or the Vietnam War?
I know little bits and pieces. I more loved the World War, the Civil War, and both World Wars, the Civil War, and then the recent war. I know a little bit more. I don't know a lot about Vietnam. If I remember correctly, it's because we had a president change, and so one president did something, and then the other one came into office and didn't like they signed a treaty. The other one came in office and broke that treaty, and that's how we got into the war. If I remember correctly, I don't. I haven't looked at the war.
I mean, we're gonna keep being divided because of how we're raised and how our morals differ. Yeah. Such as, you believe in abortion, this other person doesn't believe in abortion because it's killing babies. You believe in choice.
That was there during World War II, during World War I. Those were things.
Yeah.
And it was just like they were like, okay, like it felt like they were like, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but it felt like they were like, I believe in this and you believe in that, but we can come together and we can fight this war. There's a bigger enemy than me and you. Yeah. And maybe it's not like that anymore because it's like, oh, the enemy is us. We are our own enemies because of the fact that there's no big person out there to fight other than ISIS, which is slowly crumbling away.
Yeah.
Other than, you know what I mean? Like we don't have.
That's the thing. We don't have a big threat to unify us.
Is that
whole.
fucked up?
What
is that fucked up? Like to say we don't have a big enough threat to be unified.
Yeah, there's no I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I would rather have us be divided like that than have a big threat to where millions fucking die.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like mass shootings, whenever that happens, you know, there's a division happening because people want to talk about gun control and they want to talk about.
But like, see, like that. That's not the time for that. That's the time, like,
to be
I feel
unified
like that's
and
the
be
time
strong.
to be unified and be strong and be like, this will never happen again. Exactly how, like, when 9/11 happened, they were like, this will never happen again.
Yeah.
Security went up in the sky. Can't smoke on planes. Can't do anything on a plane. You can't even jack off on a plane. You can't do shit on a plane. You better just sit there with your laptop and shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
That's what happens on a plane.
That's true.
So it's like, why? Why is that? Why don't we do that anymore? Like, why? Okay, so we had a shooting that just happened.
Yeah.
Like, legit yesterday in Texas. They went into a church, fucking shot that shit up. That happened 2 weeks ago.
That's different from, let's say, an airplane. Because the airplane, you don't have the Second Amendment to back up the airplane saying, oh, you have a right to fly.
No, I get that, but
fly. You know, so it's kind of like that. That's a. I don't know. It's So you know, there's really no division in that because like, okay, we're buffing up security so this doesn't happen again. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna restrict or take away guns.
It's not even taking them away as much as regulating them.
Yeah.
Again, if I can go to a gun show at 13 or 17 and get a gun, but I can't go to a convenience store like 7-Eleven and get a pack of cigarettes, there's a fucking problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's a fucking problem.
But with the gun, I mean,
here's exactly how I'm gonna treat the gun laws. When you go to a porn site and they ask, "How old are you?" and you're like, "Oh, I'm 18," and you're 13. Yeah. That's exactly how the gun laws are. Exactly. It's like, "Oh, Jeremiah, do you want this gun? Are you 18? Yeah, okay."
But there's also like other like how, because this is an argument from gun protection, is that like how is the government supposed to regulate that? Like how are they supposed to, if me and you have a gun, we both just make this interaction right here, how is the government going to know?
We had this conversation when we were playing COD. It's like, okay, yeah, you gave me that, but the papers are still under your name. Yeah. You're getting pinned for it as I'm getting pinned for it. And now it's a word of mouth thing. It's like, okay, you gave me the gun. You're going to make sure I don't kill nobody because you're going to be fucked for it.
Not necessarily. I mean, he could just say, "Oh, my gun got stolen," but then I don't know. It could go like, "My gun got stolen. Oh, why didn't you report it in?"
Yeah, if you're giving it to someone like that, it's like,
yeah. I don't know. It's just a thing to think about,
and then your gun can't get stolen every fucking week.
But so then, like the division happens with that because it's like, all right, let's regulate or let's take away these guns, and then the division's like, no, because we have the Second Amendment, because we don't want, we don't want the government to have the guns and us have nothing,
But we will have something. I'm not saying you can't get an AR. I'm saying that if you get an AR, you cannot be on the no-fly list. I'm saying if you get an AR, you cannot be a fucking sex. Like, you can't be doing bad shit and be able to get these guns. Yeah. And if you sell me a gun and I'm not on the list, right? If you sell me a gun and I'm not on the list, you're in trouble for that. Yeah. You should be checking my papers just like I should be checking yours.
Like the Vegas shooting, the thing about him was that he passed everything.
Yeah,
he did everything
that's fine.
Legally.
That happens from time to time. But what I'm saying is, what happens when there is someone who is fucked up in the head and he's just like, "Hey, bitches," just shoots up everybody in a fucking elementary school and they don't pass the test. What about the niggas who's like, you know what I mean? Like,
all I know is that banning, I don't know. I look at it like this: if they're evil or if they're bad, they have bad intentions, they're gonna figure out a way to get the guns regardless. Just like with drugs, they're gonna figure out how to get the drugs regardless.
100%.
I don't know. Regulate them, make it harder.
It's exactly like drugs. Exactly like marijuana. Marijuana, we decided to do what?
Legalize it.
Legalize it and make it
get taxed for that.
And tax it. Tax the fuck out. The people who want drugs now, guess what? You're paying $20 for a nug. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Have fun with that $20 nug, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get 4 more of those. You might get a video game.
Taxing.
You know what I mean? So you tax it heavy. Now we do the same thing. The people who are on the no-fly list, the people who are doing bad shit, maybe the reason why they don't do bad shit or they can't like do bad shit is because they are on those lists. They can't get guns, and then when someone kills someone, it's like, okay, well, you just happen to finesse us.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
So when I look at the world in 10 years, me personally, I see a great, prosperous place, and hopefully it's like, have you ever heard of the polar, like, what is that?
Polar ice caps?
No.
Polar Express?
No.
Polar bears. What? South Pole?
Just like anything South Pole. Just like anything with pole, I'm gonna say.
You just spit all over
sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good.
But like anything with pole. But the South Pole.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the it's somewhere like that's cold and have like a lot of snow.
Antarctica?
I think it's Antarctica. Antarctica, 100%.
Yeah.
A lot of Antarctica is untouched, undiscovered, and nobody knows what's there.
Yeah, fuck that.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I know people live there, or like there's a small team
people
that
live there, but you can't fucking like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of untouched human land that's there.
I wouldn't touch it either.
Why?
It's fine. I ain't dying.
What if there's something out there that we don't know about?
Something out there we don't know about. I don't fucking know. What do you want me to do? That's what I'm saying though. Our technology needs to be at the point where we could do that. We should be able to do that. We should make heat suits, fucking warm up when it gets cold. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus
we can do
Christ.
shit like that. But you said you view. So what about Antarctica? Like,
What do you mean?
you like?
I was
where
just saying, like, there's a lot of untapped land, and I think that's what we're headed towards. I think we're headed towards a peaceful place like that, where like humans, like the fact that humans, like the fact that untouched land is peaceful, is kind of fucked. Because it's saying that humans are so poisonous and so fucked up that anything that's touched by us is fucked.
I mean, in a lot of sense, that is true.
And so that's why I say, 10 years, I see us being a lot more peaceful and prosperous.
Well, I think there's two types of things. There's things that are artificially made and things that are naturally made. Yeah. There are things that are artificially made, like artificial being we made it, that look beautiful. Look at fucking Dubai.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at, I'm trying to think of look at Disneyland. That's the best thing I come. Disneyland, beautiful. But then, there are certain things that are beautiful about nature, just the purity, just like this came and it's untouched. Like the mountains. We're fortunate enough to have mountains and have forests and stuff like that. Not saying,
but it's the verbiage. Like, this is pure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This table is not pure.
Yeah.
But this untouched land is pure.
Yeah.
That is what I feel like we need to strive towards, being more pure as a culture. And that's gonna be hard because it's like, oh well, you believe in abortion, I don't.
Well, we gotta expand too. Is another
yeah.
thing.
So I think it's
how would you do that?
How do you go about that?
Yeah, how do you go about that?
I think it's more of just figuring out.
I mean, I think we do have like certain pieces of land that, like, all right, this is like the.
No, you're thinking too literal. I'm talking about like the human race is. I in 10 years, I'm hoping the human race is more of this is
beauty, or like
this is they're beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the human race had its problems, had its bumps, and had its bruises, but now they're together, they're unified, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And maybe that takes
a fucking
UFO. No, maybe that takes a UFO just coming in and being like, aliens are real, and then it's like, okay.
I think that'll just divide us even more.
I don't think so. I think what happens then is us as people come together because we're like, you are like me, we are the same. There's no reason for us to fight.
I don't think that. I think some people are gonna say that, and on the other side's gonna be like, no, you're foreign to us. Like,
what?
You're not us. I think that's the other argument that's gonna be with that.
Everyone's gonna think everyone's aliens?
No. I'm gonna think, so if an alien comes down right here, let's say I have a point of view, you have a point of view, right? The alien's right here. I'm thinking, oh, you're an alien, you're just like us. You could be like, no, you're an alien, you're just as good as like a fucking dog or whatever. Like, you're not a human. We're valuing humans more than you.
Saying, yeah.
So,
but what I'm saying is that's not the problem. I think they see an alien and they're like, you're from a different place.
Yeah.
We are from the same place.
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna bring us together.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
That's.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking politics and stuff like that is just fucking evil.
Yeah. It's
terrible. But I don't know. I feel how I see us in 10 years. I feel like we're gonna be pretty much the exact same.
Hopefully.
Of course, with the little adjustments. I don't think. I mean, unless something tragic happens to where we get nuked by North Korea or something like that, I don't think. I mean, people. What was it? I think They said in the year 2000 we're not floating cars and stuff like that. Look at the year 2000. Nothing like that. Yeah. Literally, like, our technology is growing. Again, our technology now, though, from 2000 to now, has drastically gotten better.
And I think the problem, not the problem, I think the thing with that is, in came an iPhone. Yeah. You can touch the screen. No one back in the day ever thought you could touch your shit.
Yeah, niggas thought it was a fucking joke. Yeah. They thought it was a joke. They were laughing at this dude.
Steve Jobs fucking murdered that shit. And that's what we need. We need more Steve Jobs.
I think we do.
I tweeted out earlier that, not earlier, but earlier in the week or something, that we need to disband from this nostalgic era. We're in an era of time where it's like cool to know things and look back. We need to start looking back, but also look forward. Yeah. What I mean by that is, when Ghostbusters 5 comes out, I want there to equally be something of a new IP. I think that's what we need. I think we need more new ideas and that's exactly to the core what Steve Jobs was. He was like, "Have we done this before? Yes. We're not doing it. We're doing something else."
I think that's the reason why I love Netflix. Netflix, I feel like that's where they're going. They're going to where we're going to get Stranger Things out. We're going to Orange is the New Black. We're going to have all these great shows, Castlevania, all these new shows,
things that you would have
all
never,
these new
things that you would never. Yeah. Well, Castlevania would have never gotten a start. No one would pick that up.
No, I think people. Well, I don't know if no one would pick it up, but that has a following.
No, it has a following. Hollywood, the problem with it, Hollywood didn't want to pick up Castlevania because for the longest time.
The thing with Hollywood is that, like, in order to have your stuff in Hollywood, it has to have a following. It has to already be legit. It has to already be made. So, like, Hunger Games, for instance, that had a book. It had a series of books. Harry Potter had a series of books, and it gained a following. So, where the point they're like, okay, we can start making a movie now. Like, they showed them, and they're like, yeah, you guys have a following that will back this. We're making a movie out of it. They made a movie.
Nobody wants to risk.
No one wants to risk. That's why we can't have a different Spider-Man. That's why we can't have a new IP. And that's my problem.
The next iPhone is cool. It does a lot of cool shit.
$1,000.
But it's not even a price point. I'm fine with paying $1 million for something that is cool and unique and different. You know what I mean? Like, the iPhone is now irrelevant. This thing right here is now irrelevant. Yep. Why? Because we have another one right here.
That's not an iPhone.
That does the same shit. You know what I mean? This, no buttons, same with the iPhone. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like...
It's like Coke and Pepsi.
It's like Coke and Pepsi. It's the same thing. No one. When was the next time you've heard of Coke or Pepsi creating a new drink?
Never. Well, they did different flavors, like Coke Orange.
But it's not. But like, see, it's all under the umbrella of Coke. Yeah. We need something that's under a different umbrella and something that's better and different. I think.
I feel like people. That could be a thing if people like it, but for me personally, like, it's just based on preference at that point.
What?
The Coke and Sprite thing, the iPhone, and that's just based on preference. No, I think people nail it so good the first time that.
But I'm saying this has problems. It could be improved on. Yeah. Accepting this and wanting more of these is a problem.
So you would say Apple should make a different type of phone, not just the iPhone every 2 years or so?
You can make it the iPhone brand, but upgrade it and change it drastically. If I look at this iPhone and I look at the first ever iPhone with the dome back, niggas would be shocked. Yeah. But if I look at this iPhone, and look at the next iPhone 8 that's coming out, guess what the difference is? A glass back.
Well, the technology within it too. So are you talking about just design-wise? Because technology, it is phenomenal.
No, but the technology that's in the iPhone, that's in the iPhone 8, is nothing.
What do you mean?
It's legit this iPhone.
I thought I had all this. I thought it was $1,000 phone.
That's
for
the iPhone X.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
X. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about the 8, so they're the one below the X. Okay. So the 8 and the 8 should not exist.
It's like an S. It's like an Xbox One S.
Yeah, it's like it should not exist. There's no reason for you to exist. Yeah. You exist because you're like the redheaded stepchild of what everybody wants. Yeah. Like Jonas's phone does the exact same thing my phone does. The only difference is his has wireless charging.
See, I got confused because I thought he got the X. I was misinterpreting the 8 with the X.
No, he has the 8.
The X is what people want.
The X is what people want, and I'm getting.
Okay, so that's the one. Yeah, that's the one where it has to ship to you. Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the big one.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I get it now. But I don't know. Hopefully we can get to that decision. Hopefully, and I'm trying to talk louder because I know this is probably not picking up. Hopefully, in about 10 years, we could all be unified, or something changes. What? So, are you asking for change? Is what you're asking for?
100%.
Okay.
I think that's why people. Sorry to get political again, but I think that's why people voted for Barack Obama. They heard the word change, and they're like, "Ooh,
he's black. He's change." Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, "Okay, I want back what we had. I want that old shit back. I want nostalgia." What was Trump running on? Make America great again. Not make America great, but make it great again. That's nostalgia.
Yeah.
So that nostalgia is like, that's the same reason why I want a Heavy Rain 2. That's the same reason why you want to da-da-da. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like...
Yeah. Everything's based on nostalgia. I don't think that's the thing, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with nostalgia, but I think it comes to a point where, one, you have to eventually just let it go and just let it, like, live its legacy. Its lost legacy. I'm joking.
So fucking
so you just gotta live it.
That's the perfect idea. Naughty Dog. I'm sorry to cut you off again. It's just Naughty Dog. You said Lost Legacy, and boom, fire in my head. Naughty Dog is one of these companies that are game companies that are doing this.
Yeah.
Right? They had Uncharted. They killed Uncharted. Uncharted's done. Never again. You got the Lost Legacy. That's it.
I don't know about that. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't know if it's it.
Naughty Dog said that's done. They're done with Uncharted. Now they have Last of Us 2.
That has to die eventually too.
I think Last of Us 2 is dead after Last of Us 2. I think the creator, what's his name?
Neil Druckmann?
Neil Druckmann said...
I think he's the director. I don't think he's the creator.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No, you're good.
Neil Druckmann said, I do not see Last of Us without Ellie and Joel.
Yeah.
So if Joel dies in the next game, Last of Us is over. No more Last of Us.
Which, look on my Twitter, @Sis360. You know what I'm saying? I have that as my pinned tweet.
But
Joel will die.
You see what I'm saying? If the way they even phrase everything, it's the last of Us game. It's not called Last of Us
2.
It's called Last of Us Part 2. This is it. This is the end. Unless there's a Part 3, this is the end. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. Like, it's the same game, just continue. Like, it's not part, you know what I mean?
I have a question for you. How about, what about Naruto, right? Naruto had this thing, it had Naruto Shippuden, and had all of this, and then ended. And now it's going with their children. How do you feel about something like that, though?
See, but that's not nostalgia.
It could be nostalgia.
No, nostalgia is playing on the fact that, I mean, like, yeah, they have
they could have stopped right there
hints of nostalgia
and made a different IP. I mean, technically, it made a different IP, but
yeah, but like they have hints of nostalgia, which is fine. But it's a brand new product.
Yeah,
that's what we need. We have Ghostbusters, and the complete difference is all the Ghostbusters are female. We have the Star Wars movie, not Rogue One, the one before that. It was legit A New Hope all over again. We have these things that we're getting, and there's no substance value. It's things that we've seen already, just with different places subbed in. So if the new Naruto is Boruto turns into be Naruto, and Sasuke's whatever daughter becomes Sasuke, and you know what I mean, then it's fucking pointless. But
it's gonna be flip flopped. But
then it's gonna be like, it's fucking retarded.
I see what you're saying.
Kind of like the fact that I didn't do a PSX. I'm not going.
You're going.
I'm honestly not going.
What if I give you my ticket? Would you be fine?
No, because I'd be mad that you're not going.
Oh, you couldn't because your name's not Jeremiah.
Fuck you. Wrap the show up, bitch.
That's hilarious. Anyway, this has been the JK Podcast, episode 2. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying, your host. Alongside with the dreadhead of Jalen, or the dreadhead of YouTube, Jalen Kelly.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was very long, very, very fucking weighted episode for sure. I think towards the end was kind of harsh. I would say.
Harsh about what?
I wouldn't say harsh. I would say it's more.
I think it was more thought provoking.
It was deep. Thought provoking and deep.
It was one of those. If I was high, if you smoke weed, you like. Yeah, bro.
By the way, we don't smoke weed, just in case you
This is what life's about, bro. I mean, it's fun. I don't want to get into it.
No,
but
that's a topic for another. Write it down.
I guess. Yeah, I'll write it down. But yeah, this has been the JK Podcast. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys made it this far, thank you. If you made it this far and haven't subscribed, please subscribe for more of the JK Podcast. This is usually what it's like, just us talking about random topics, interesting topics that we think you would find entertaining. Share it with your friends as well if there's a topic that you find interesting that you know someone else would find interesting,
Yep.
you know, share it with them as well. All the links of the videos, websites, and all that stuff that we talked about within this episode is going to be in the links in the description below. What else?
Don't forget, we are also on SoundCloud.
We're on
JK
SoundCloud.
Podcast. Just look it up on SoundCloud. Black label with the JK symbol on it, and that is that all?
There's one more thing. Also, hit that bell button on the bottom next to subscribe, because you guys won't get our videos because YouTube doesn't like to promote our videos, or at least show up on the sub box.
It's probably going to be unmonetized.
It's probably going to be unmonetized. You showed Hitler. We talked about Hitler. Whatever, you know.
And Hitler's in the thumbnail.
But
if you saw, I did cover up his Nazi patch.
how?
Look at it. Wait, I'm sorry. This is kind of a...
How'd you cover up his Nazi patch?
No, not there. Look in the thumbnail.
Oh, the thumbnail. Oh, well, whatever. I'll look at that. I'll look at that later, because that goes into my email, and you're trying to let you look at my stuff. But
I'm not trying to let you guys look at my stuff.
You know what I'm saying? With that being said, this is JK Podcast. We'll see you guys in the next video. And deuces. Jeremiah, cut the feed.
You're so gay.
I love that. I'm not going to cut it either.